13, standing in at 6'11", 215, Nathaniel Teshagger. Number 8, standing in at 6'10", 220, Nate Johnson. Number 5, sitting on the left side of our bench at 4'10", 325, Jesse LaBella. And last, but certainly not least, number 14, who was standing in at 7'2", 230, Alex Toy. On April 17th, 2013, in the west end of Texas, a fire started at a warehouse, and firefighters attempted to fight the fire. As all this was going on, it exploded because of an ammonia gas that was present in the warehouse. Initially, 15 people died, and over 160 people were injured. The short-term impact of the explosion was the complete annihilation of the warehouse and heavy damages to the surrounding areas of the warehouse. The long-term effect was the destruction of many homes and the death of 15 people. The explosion happened because the West Fertilizer Company did not fix their warehouse after being told they had violated some health codes by the inspection company TECQ. It would have been prevented if the company had just cleaned up and were up to par health-wise. The two topics this explosion was connected to that we learned about in class was temperature and chemical change. It was connected to temperature because the rise in temperature caused the fire of the explosion. It was connected to chemical change because the explosion is a chemical change. Ammonia was the main cause for the explosion, and it is a colorless gas with a suffocating odor. Nitrogen assisted in the starting of the fire because it was in the fertilizer. Nitrogen is a colorless, odorless, and the most plentiful element in Earth's atmosphere. Potassium could have also assisted in the explosion, and it is a metal with a low melting point, which is most commonly known for being in bananas. Here are some clips that show the destruction of this explosion. The science behind the explosion has to do with the fire being started to large quantities of ammonium nitrate. The mixing of the flames and the chemical caused for a massive explosion that reportedly killed 15 and injured 160 people. Investigators of the explosion have concluded that the source of the fire and the explosion were not weather related. The plant had been inspected and fined by TCEQ for not having a risk management plan. The effects of this explosion affected the human body in deadly ways. The effects were blindness, lung damage, and even death. It wasn't just deadly to humans, it was also deadly to homes and buildings near the plant. The explosion destroyed 75 homes and 75 buildings and multiple apartment complexes. This raised awareness for other plants around the world, making the places where ammonium nitrate is stored more secure. Thanks for watching.